Man, what a bloodbath. I realized I didn't bring a red tie. I have no red ties here when I traveled, so I'll have to get a red tie. I have some pink ties, but no red tie. Man, red day for Bitcoin. Nasty dump here for BTC. Let's get back into price action. Critical times for Bitcoin as we jump back into BTC. Let's get that music back up and running. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in with the Crypto Lifer. It's Sunday morning. We don't take days off no matter what. No matter what. No matter what. Bitcoin dumping. Massive dumps to the downside for price action. And not sure why my monitor had shifted, but we will get you to the right place. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Bitcoin free fall. Had you been watching the price since this morning, we had a shoulder, head, right shoulder. It was obvious we were going to dump. They've been making it very easy to trade Bitcoin. I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern. That's going to break to the downside 68% of the time. And all you had to do was just trade a right shoulder and take the pounding and then go right there. And then it went even worse because the 5-minute made bear flags. That's a bear flag right there. No reversal pattern. That's no inverted head and shoulder. There's no double bottom. It's a bear flag. And then that continues down. Now, this could make another bear flag. So just like when we project downside movement, upside movement, we project, right, a flag. And then if we get into the flag, we'll go for more. Otherwise, it could make a shoulder, head, and right shoulder. When you're away for the 21, it's time to take some profits. Same thing. It's time to get out of the short. A short's a long's a short. It doesn't matter. You should be able to trade it both ways. And you could have made boatloads of money on this move. All right? Boatloads. Like, that was one of the greatest moves ever to make a pile of money for Bitcoin. Yes, they did it Sunday morning. Yes, you may have been traveling. Yes, you may have been busy. Yes, you may have been something going on. I get it. It's not always perfect. So yesterday, they did a nasty dump. They bounced the price back up, rejected by the 200 moving average of the 5-minute time frame. We never got a smooth move back above it. I called out the 10-minute. I said I would not long unless we get back above the 10-minute 200 moving average. I saw that this was a bear flag. We called out the area of 100,990 right there. It went right there and bounced. That was my yellow line. We have since then dumped even further to the downside after making a head and shoulder pattern. All right, right there. Also, just when you lose the 1 hour 200 moving average in the future for you, I'll delete everything here. In the future, the second you lose the 1 hour 200, open up a short and keep the short alive. Look, you would have been so paid right now just using the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. Another thing, this is a head and shoulder pattern as well. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. That's a complex head and shoulder. It doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. It's slanted to the downside, goes to $98,041 for Bitcoin. So this is what I'm seeing here for BTC. And it all started when we sold the local top at 108,008. It's crazy. That was basically the top right there that we got out of on Monday. Then this made a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. I've been so bearish all week, right? I've been like, there's a head and shoulder everywhere. Like I've never seen so many head and shoulder patterns all the time. And so it looked like we were going to get some type of pullback for Bitcoin. And we went over this till I was blue in the face. Also, did you watch my tech girl? Yeah, no offense, everybody. But one thing that people really got to do is watch my... Listen, I've been doing this for 20 years. I know nobody wants to listen and nobody wants to hear what they don't want to know or what they don't want to hear, right? Everyone wants to be told what they want to hear. But let's show you what's happening. Let's break it down. And let's take a look here. So if you go to my channel and you watch my channel,
possessed into medicines that could heal her community.
This is what I listen to all the time. Hidden collection. Shouldn't even give you my special sauce, but that is. So look, we go here to the video section, all right? And you go to my macro video, and you're going to hear me say that it looks like a black swan event is coming for the markets. Let's take a look here. What I said on Friday afternoon. My name is Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer, and every single Friday I do a macro technical analysis video. We're going to go over Bitcoin. We're going to go over the total market cap of all the cryptocurrencies. We're going to look at the altcoins. We're going to look at the DXY, which is the dollar index. We're also going to look at the S&P futures. Team, we got to start changing this music. Probably somebody, please, for the sake of my life, please. The music is horrible. Ethereum and more. It's just bad. So if this gets you going, we got to have some more fun, exciting music. Like this goes against all the music that I use. Look at the world. I just got to say something now because I say it in the past, and I'm sorry to criticize, but the music is. We got to get new music. See what's. Also, the Las Vegas edit, we got to change the way we're editing. I'm saying that out loud. I said it already for years. We got to get a new way to edit. Bottoms for the S and Jay, man, we got to edit differently, bro. Doing this, some of my big macro videos have been amazing. I'm gonna have a real big meeting about the editing. I've already had 5 meetings about people navigate the big, but I'm not happy with the editing. I want more quick, fast-paced, new age, modern editing with nice high-end music that's more modern. I don't like putting. Let's jump on in right now. We'll start with Bitcoin. This music right now is horrible. Like I would sign off from this. So you're stopping people from watching my videos because the music is so bad. And continue through the other assets. Right. Let's have some fun, please. Like look at this. Let's break it down. We're also going to look at dominance. Listen to music like this. I can't even hear flowing out of Bitcoin into Tether. Horrible music choice. All right. From the 200 moving average, and things aren't perfect. Team. So we got to work together here to make things punch. Anyway, let's go forward. I appreciate the effort, don't get me wrong, but we gotta revamp the way things are moving here. So if you see Bitcoin, I've said it privately numerous times. I know I shouldn't publicly do it, but I can't take it anymore. So I've hit my wit's end. And you see Tether dominance rising, then you know people are running out of everything and just using Bitcoin as a hedge. If you see Bitcoin dominance rising, watch this, but Tether dominance dumping, then you know Bitcoin's going on a tear. If you see Bitcoin dominance dumping and Tether dominance dumping, you know it's going into the altcoins. So altcoin season comes when you see Bitcoin and dominance dumping and Tether dominance dumping. So right now we can see that Bitcoin dominance looks like it's pumping, like it broke out and it's making a flag, or you can say, and it looks like it wants to continue. It suggests there's some more pumpage coming for Bitcoin, more money flowing into Bitcoin. Whether that's good or bad for the price of Bitcoin is to be determined. We're going to have to look at Bitcoin dominance right now together and Tether dominance. So right now we're going to look at Tether dominance. And that's going to tell us a story. If Tether dominance looks like it's about to soar, we could have some trouble here in paradise. So right now, it looks a lot like Bitcoin dominance, right? They're both kind of in this channel that could be breaking out. And it does look to me, and that's that head and shoulder that everything else is in. It's just upside down, you see? That looks more bullish than bearish, right? The daily has some legs to climb. This could continue to the upside. So it is telling me to watch the chart and to be careful. It's saying, hey, you know, we might see a big surge here in Tether dominance. There could be some type of black swan event going on. Watch your altcoins, you know. And again, that's why I predominantly stayed in Bitcoin the last few years, even though I did build an altcoin position, just because Bitcoin had less risk and had, you know, to me, a huge potential upside on the institutional side. So Tether dominance and Bitcoin dominance purely explained that there was going to be a black swan event, some type of dump here for Bitcoin. You see that looking pretty bearish to me, right? So you could see, like, if you were watching on Friday, this really shouldn't be a surprise to you. The way price action is moving now, the massive dumps here, shouldn't be a surprise. 98,000, 99.2. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at the macro, see what's happening, see how we're going to bounce, and go from there. All right? Let's get that music back up and running. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Right? Sam warned us all many, many times. Thought you said Bitcoin would not go below 100K again. I don't know what's going to happen. I said I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Yeah. I said 90K. Yeah. Bitcoin is dumping to 80,000. Nah, man, his next video will be fire. Old school pressure, all love. Exactly. Yeah, audience, go forget bad visuals if they can. Yeah, we can hear you, yeah. Exactly. The music just has to be copyright, you know what I mean? It's going to be okay Monday morning, right? CME opens on Monday. I know, you're right? Altcoin season took a bunker buster to the face. Oh my gosh. There really was no such thing. You know, it was trading season. We traded, look, I've been trading gold, right? I've been trading the NASDAQ. Have you noticed when I stopped trading altcoins and start trading the NASDAQ, it's because we do anything we can to pay the bills. We change it up because if it's not going to happen there, then we're going to have to find some money. You know what I mean? So let's take a look here at the weekly chart for BTC and see what's happening on the weekly. All right. Bearish divergence on the weekly suggested that we were going down. We talked about this over and over and over again. We went over the fact that we had to keep that 3-day falling wedge, really, a pennant, really, that we'll go over that in a second. So, yeah, this tells me the 618 golden pocket is definitely something we could be looking at, somewhere at $89,000, $87,000. We could even test this $86,000 region here. We've now definitely likely going to close a candle below 104.4. That we were above it for 4 weeks straight. This is now the backbreaker. And then we have this other support here that we just blew right through 102.6, like it didn't even register, which is a bit odd for me. That weekly support didn't even register, but hey. And so now you're coming back down to 98,005. 98.5 is our next key level to watch for Bitcoin. All right. Champ Moon boy getting wrecked. Yeah. Double top at the weekly. Bitcoin's granny is getting, all right. 99,839. Bitcoin has no pants. I got pants on. No games, man. I got pants on. So nasty bearish engulfing candle for Bitcoin. And an insane long squeeze to the downside. We did see liquidity at 97,000 here for BOOKMAP. And now they got a big old bar at 97.8. So it suggests that we're going to 97.8. You know, we never hit that $110,000 short liquidity they want. They never got liquidated. Those shorts were in the money. Had you shorted the top there, tweezer tops of the weekly tells you when to short. They tried to get you once, tried to get you twice. Crazy price action. That would have been the payday right there, and then the extra short. Basically, me short that wick and then take the next short to the downside. We're still in technically an uptrend for Bitcoin as it's making a higher low. As long as it doesn't take out 78,006, we are in a bull trend. You know, a bull run. If we take out 78.6, then that's when I will say, where, you know, that M is probably going to start dropping and it's getting worse. But, you know, we'd have to take this low out for us to kill the trend. The weekly's overbought though, with bearish divergence. I said on a short video recently too, that this is exactly how bear markets begin right now. You're away from the 21-day moving average. Price action has bearish div, and that's when you start to kind of slip further to the downside. So, yeah, I see some downside possibly coming even more, and I wouldn't be surprised if we go down to $89,000 to $90,000 Bitcoin. Let's go to the 5-day chart. Bearish engulfing, had bearish divergence there too as well that we talked about. The 3-day was our hopeful. We were saying, can the 3-day get the bounce here and break to the upside? We were watching to see if the 3-day could do numbers and change it all. It was all about that 3-day process, right? I said if the 3-day bounce, and that's how different, how just a day could change technical analysis. You get the 3-day bounce up here, that gets tight, that can bounce to the upside. But you lose this trend line, it's a wrap, and you drop. All right. And sorry, please forgive me. I attempted to take a morning off. I tell you what, man, my life is insane. I do this 7 days a week because every single time I take one moment from the charts, something crazy happens that I would have been able to keep people. I know so much about the charts that I can help people from getting banged out every time I'm around them. And I feel bad when I'm not there, but I can't be there 24/7. I just can't. I got a life. I got a summer to live. I got kids to be around. I can only give you so much of my life, and then at one point, people got to put the skills together or find out their way. But today, I could have seen the head and shoulder on the 1 hour. Told you it was definitely going to dump this morning. You know. No one's more committed than me. Thank you, PAXG, getting the move off the 1 hour 200 this morning. I mean, we knew it would. All right, we talked about it. So double top. That's an M pattern at this point. We'd have to look at it as such and say the measured move is the length of the M from the neckline, and that says you're going down to 91,000. And I expect us to come and test this daily 3-day support right there at 87, 88K. I mean, at this point, a nasty dump. So, yeah, so you lost the beautiful trend line, and now it's further to the downside for Bitcoin. Daily tumbles, bearish engulfing, double top on the daily, basically. Massive resistance. Crazy that we would run up again, make an all-time high, and everyone tell you we're going higher, going higher. Don't listen to people that do that. Seriously. I've been watching some people that I know personally that I've met, and I watch their tweets, and every day they're like, altcoins are going to go up tomorrow. And I'm like, why are they doing that, man? Can you look at the total market cap chart on the weekly and see what measured move you get? Would like to compare with my analysis. By the way, everyone should join the 99. So much knowledge. Thank you, Luca, for saying that. God bless you for being a part of my trading group. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. There's no crypto without Sammy. He says, we'll pick up another one at 88K, no questions asked. Oh, 100%. My $84,000 Bitcoin buy still holding me down right now. Thank you for being here. Hit those likes for Sammy. You might be biting David Hunter for cast. You might be David Hunter? Who is David Hunter? American Union General during the war? David Hunter warns final meltdown.
As we go through.
Contrarian macro strategist David Hunter. Can't spell crypto without cry. I know, right? Crypto Billy in the house. Alts look treacherous. I'm waiting the good time when to buy. I know, right? I hear the FUD all the time. It'll go to 97 at most today, and then on Monday back to 103. I sold Bitcoin 110. In hindsight, I feel like a genius. Good for you, man. Tether up, sideline on leverage trade for the short term. Yep. Sooner you sell your bags, the sooner it'll go to zero. You know, I'll start to notice a pattern every time we're at all-time highs. We get everyone real bullish. Have the charts print bullish patterns, and they keep dropping it, even though it looks good. It didn't look good though. We had lost the 200 moving average on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. That wasn't good to me. So I don't know what you're saying. You know, there was bearish divergence on the weekly. It didn't look good. Like it looked sketchy. We've been talking about it for a long time now, over and over again. So the daily, likely to, now it's trying to bounce off the 100, 200 moving average. It does have some beautiful support here, a lot of resistance that it's coming into play here at about 98,178. You know, Shark Week is in June. Yeah, it's been Shark Week, man. And it's Jaws, man. This is Jaws, the 50th anniversary of Jaws here in Martha's Vineyard. People are loving it. They're loving it. I've never seen so many people here this early for the season. Blowing up. And then even remember we talked about this shoulder, head, shoulder. I had the short cooking right here. They went up, brought it back down, and then that short did continue. And I was correct on the thesis that was a shoulder, head, shoulder. We were below the 200 moving average. If you can't get back above and then when the rejection of the 200 on the 4 hour, that's why I love to play the bounces on the 4 hour. The rejection is the same thing. And so the 4 hour just absolutely collapsing yesterday. And then you can see the complex head and shoulder, it's slanted. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Head and shoulder, neckline, bang. It does exactly, the TA nails it. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. You can't make this stuff up. Now, the thing is, you have to be able to see slanted, twisted, and diagonal patterns. Patterns aren't always going to be lateral. They're going to be moving, changing, and always doing something different. The double top on the 1 hour here, the 1 hour, shoulder, head, right shoulder. This was all telegraphed to you before it happened by the charts. They showed you exactly, look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. They showed you shoulder, head, right shoulder that didn't play out. So you had negated, inverted, and then you were done. And you took the dump. Are we going lower is the question. And if we go lower, where? Well, I got 98,269 is my next target there for Bitcoin. I would start to flag this out and look for the bear flag on the 15-minute. Look for the 21 to come into price action. So either you V-shape recovery here, and on like the 7-minute, you do some type of shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we break out and we finally get a reversal, or we fill out the pattern. We fill out the bear flag, and the bear flag continues lower. And that's what you're looking for this here. Boom. Next target would be 98,269 for Bitcoin. So I would be watching the 7-minute. If it makes an inverted, there's a reversal. If it makes the flag, we're going further down. Let the charts tell you what's going to happen. You don't have to be a genius. Just watch the charts. You do have to know what time frames to watch. You do have to know how it all comes into play. Teaching 1,000 people right now. That's what I'm doing. We're changing the lives every single day. Like, if you can teach that many people at once, you're doing something amazing with your life. Remember that. If you have knowledge and you keep it to yourself, when you dang well know it can help others, you are doing a disservice to the world. That's not cool. All right? When you have knowledge and you're ready to give it to the world, very, very important. All right? Yeah, so just, I see more downside for Bitcoin and altcoins. Let's not even get into altcoins. Decimated. Let's take a look at total 3 for the altcoins and see what's happening. Someone asked me to go over total 3 or something. Look at the chart. I got to see what he's saying here. Hey, good morning. Can you look at total market cap chart on the weekly? Yeah. So look, the altcoins are attempting an inverted head and shoulder here to get a bounce. Good place to buy BTC. Good place to buy some Solana. Buy the fear. You know, I buy more Bitcoin in these times. I mean, there's nothing else I could do but buy more Bitcoin, right? I just continuously, especially below 90, you know, anytime below 100,000. I mean, that's a steal, right? So, chance to buy more Bitcoin on the low, even if it goes to 89,099. I feel like these are the days of our lives to buy more. And you only have so many times to buy Bitcoin. So, to me, it's a steal right now. It's a steal. Where would you buy Bitcoin? You could buy it on Weeks. You can buy it on MEXC. Least amount of fees. But man, anytime it's below $100,000, I'm going to buy that fear. Fine, send it to 88, send it to 89, send it lower. But I'm going to start buying $2-3 grand a day for the next few days here for Bitcoin, because it's just, I mean, come on now, right? So I got to buy more Bitcoin right here. There's nothing else I can do. And I'm going to be greedy about it and buy $3 grand more Bitcoin. That's it. Why not? And you've been seeing, I just keep buying more Bitcoin. 10 years from now, you guys are going to look back like, damn, that guy bought more Bitcoin. That's all he did. Bought more and more and more and more, right? 96,617. Let for that to come fill me. I like to just get it done. I like to get it done while I'm here. I don't have the time to do things in different time periods. Give me my 655. Done. We got it. Snatchies. Bought more Bitcoin today. Feeling good. Did the right thing no matter what. They're trying to scare you out of the scarcest asset in the world. It doesn't make any sense. We got to stay strong here. We got to stay strong. I got a 4-year plan. I'm not going to look at the day-to-day. I'm not going to get caught up in just what's happening right now and get emotional. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to see the market in the future. I'm panicking here on XRP, though I'm using leverage. Liquidation point is one. Yeah, of course you're panicking. Why? Because you're using leverage and you're over leveraged. I don't do that. I only day trade leverage. I don't try to change my life trading leverage. I buy spot. I'm not greedy like everybody else. Everyone else has to have that $100,000 million change my life. God will give me everything I need. I don't need to be greedy. I just need to be humble and stack little by little. And over time, I'll make it. Took me 17 years to make my first million, but I'm never giving it back. I know guys that made 10 million before me, but they gave 5 million back, 6 million back. Hey, that kid James Lynn made 100 mil. He gave it all back. I tell you right now, if you ever saw me up 100 mil, I'm coming home with at least 60 mil. At least. I might put 60 mil aside, then try to make another 400 mil with the 40 mil or something. I don't know. That's something I might do, but I'm coming home with 60, man. I'm not gonna, because I know the pain of having and not having. I've did it too many times in trading. I was up, I was break even, and I let it slide through my fingers. I'm not letting that happen again. You know, 4-year is the plan is the way. Did you hear that nugget? Listen. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. A lot of people want it fast. They're not able to wait for 4 years. Heck, they're not able to wait for 4 minutes. Never mind 4 months. I zoomed out and looked for more downside. Monday going to be rough for the stock market. 100%. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. That's everyone, Jennifer. Everyone got extracted this cycle. There's no money to buy. Yeah. Yep, bought more this morning. There you go. I zoomed out. It looks more downside. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't compare yourself to others, no one can compare with you. Exactly. Yeah. This is a show for grown men. If your feelings are hurt, it's time to reevaluate your life choices. I don't know. Yeah. Why risk it so much money? You have completed the mission. Yeah. Buy generational wealth. Yeah. Hope the stock market dumps so I can load up. See, there's people waiting for opportunity. You see what I'm saying? There's people waiting for opportunity. So watch the total market cap here for an inverted head and shoulder. Otherwise, more downside out the bear flag. Are there any altcoins holding up against this level here? It doesn't look likely. It doesn't look likely. I've inverted my chart now. I'm looking for more downside. I know, right? That's what happens. And you start saying, okay, we'll make a bull flag and we'll probably continue to dump. And then you can see there's just this more long, this here too. Yeah, and it starts telling you kind of where we could be going. 96,000. I tell you, the 618 is 88K, so that's the most likely scenario. No reason to buy spot at the moment. Crypto Win will be here soon, and prices will be lower. Yikes. Fun token is holding up. Yeah, just 7 likes to help your lifer community to reach 300 lifer. A little sweat. Never hurt anybody. I know, right? How is Solana doing? Probably 116, right? I mean, what the heck? Solana's actually strong at 130. I'm upside down right now, right? So Solana bounced off of 127 back to 130. Talks of a Solana ETF. Talks about so much opportunity in this market. It's so strange. Innovation. You know, new tech. New investments. Yet it's the lackluster. You know, it just doesn't make no sense, right? But that's why I play the charts. I don't read the narratives. And this was just a false rally that couldn't get above the 200-day moving average there. Strong rejection by the 200 at 180. And Solana starting to fall off yet again here to the downside. Man. But still has a higher low from the previous low. Watch them bounce, man. You get reward. I don't know. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. And remember, I got really bearish last week, right? I started getting really bearish. People were like pissed at me. They were unsubscribing to the channel. They were like throwing tomatoes at me. Like they weren't happy with me. They're like, why is this guy such a bear? You know, everything's going well. Can't he see all the good news? And I said, no. It's, you know, no. I said, I see bad news. I see more downside for Bitcoin. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder right there with the rejection by the 4-hour 200. It's all bearish. I see Bear City everywhere. I see Solana headed back down to 102, 103. I don't see what's going to stop it from just, you know, bouncing back to the upside here. Congrats on getting a super thanks. Fans love to be recognized. Wow, people gave me super thanks. There's a super thanks and super likes. Thank you for the super thanks. I really appreciate that. Bless up to anyone who lost their mom. Be grateful for the moms that you do have. God bless you, man. Thank you. Super thanks from Work for Panic. Another one. God bless you, Sam. Thanks, dude. Thank you. Wow. Thank you for all the super thanks. Those are new. I didn't know about super thanks. They just started adding those to the channel. Everybody, 97,878 subscribers. On our way to 98,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscriber button. If we can hit 98,000 subscribers today, it'd be amazing in this nasty Bitcoin dump to the downside. And I give you strategies, tips, and tricks and ways to make money off the market either way. A lot of people could have used all the stuff that I taught to short the market. We lost the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. I go over that all the time. I talk about how that is a likely move to the downside, losing the 200 moving average on the 1 hour. And we made head and shoulder patterns as well. Don't be surprised. We could wick back up. Bitcoin could be somewhere back at 110,000 in a week or two. You never know. I'm open-minded that anything is possible. But right now, we are still super bearish. Now we have resistance at 100,000, which sucks. 100,000 is now resistance again. We're going to have to break back above that to remain bullish. More downside on the 1 hour time frame. It hasn't even finished its stochastic curving yet. So the 1 hour suggests more downside for sure. This looks like a bear flag that's just going to dump on you. You're attempting to make the inverted, but I see more downside for Bitcoin. It's not looking amazing. All the way down to 97,294. So I see more downside for Bitcoin. 5 minute about to collapse further down. And it just is what it is. I see a drop down there to 97,581 for Bitcoin. And 97.5 is the key level that we also see here on BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP telling us that, the liquidations are waiting at 97.8 right there. So I see a drop right now on the 5 minute for more downside. Entry would be here. Stop loss would be above the wick at 100,163. Likely you're going to win that trade. Very likely this trade will play out. You got liquidity. You got everything kind of in your favor. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, and it is weekend trading, so you never know. When I get back tonight, it looks like it's going to be another bloodbath. We should be further to the downside than we are right now. Maybe somewhere even back at 94,000 by the end of the day. So I see more downside. Unless we can see a reversal pattern, get back above the 1 minute 200, we are in for a doozy. So more downside. I said it would not long unless we broke above the 10 minute 200. We never did. We collapsed further to the downside. Very bearish time for Bitcoin. Sketchy business here. And we're watching the 5 minute bear flag. That's likely to go break further to the downside to 97,350. And again, I'm not the guy that disappears just when the market dumps. I'm here every single day. Yeah, I'd like to look at XRP. I just got to jump on out of here. Just look at the charts, do your assessment. You'll be able to make some of your own ideas here off of what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. Even the weekly seems bearish to me, unfortunately, because I was hoping to be making money, not holding my bag longer. Live my life by the moon. If it's half, lay it low. If it's harvest, go slow. And if it's full, then go. You're funny. Just a thought, wouldn't it be unlikely to have almost the same double top charts from 21? No, nothing's unlikely. And nothing is likely or unlikely when you compare to the past. Anything is possible at any moment in time. Yeah. Don't forget my super chat, brother. I just normally I don't do super chats on Sunday morning. I know. I do 9 streams a week, man. Let me see what you said, though. I don't see it now for whatever reason. Let me go back to the fan funding. Can you look at the total market cap on the weekly? All right. Total on the weekly. And see what measured move you get. I don't know what you mean by what measured move. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. Would like to compare with my analysis, by the way. The measured move for what? You see what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I love you, man, but I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. The measured move down, I told you to just draw the fib. It's not really a measured move. You draw the fib, it says it can come down to $2.68 trillion. And then you got this support and resistance here. We could bounce too right off this level here. So yeah, I don't know what your measured move is or what you're using. If you look this like an M pattern, you would take this here and swing it there. So I move something there. And that tells you get all the way to about 2.65 trillion. I hope that answers your question. All right. So I see more downside for Bitcoin. Doesn't look amazing. I would be shorting the market and continuing to short until further notice. Till the 1 minute gets back above the 2 and we start the reversal process like we know and do every single day, I would expect more downside for altcoins, for Bitcoin, for anything. Remember, I even suggested, it's crazy, I suggested panic selling just a few days ago, right? I said, I don't know, market doesn't look good. I said you could sell here and then buy back if there's a bounce. I wasn't trying to... Who heard how bearish I was the last week and thought it was a bit odd that I was so bearish? Anybody? I remember even the words out of my mouth. I was like, why am I so bearish? I would end the stream like, dang, I'm a bear. Just took a trade long on the 1 minute time frame. Not a good look, man. Yeah. I'll tell you when to trade the 1 minute, and I don't believe this is a good time. I'll take a look, though. I mean, maybe you're shorting. You said just took a long, right? Just took a trade long on the 1 minute, he says. I just trade the 1 minute when you might get a bounce. I don't know. It's attempting to do some type of inverted. It doesn't look good to me. I say more downside. Unless you get back above the 1 minute 200, I would not long the market. Not even think about it. Because the odds are just not in your favor anymore. The odds are against you. The odds are way more likely you're going to continue to dump down to my target there at 97,383. Yeah, I just keep buying more Bitcoin. These are great prices. Use these prices to buy more Bitcoin. I wouldn't buy anything else. I'm not a financial advisor, but you do whatever makes you happy. All right? The trend is your friend. Yeah, right now the trend's to the downside, says it's going to continue down at 97.2. So, that's a bear flag. It almost looks more like a descending triangle now, too. And descending triangles break to the downside basically like 90% of the time. Anyway, I'm out of here for the day. Not too long. 11 to 11:34. I got guests and family. It's Sunday, the one day I attempt to actually breathe. But I'll be back in the charts tonight, right? Long and gold up 250. Life for knows. Yeah, let's take a look at gold. We gave you guys a gold trade, PAXG, USDT on MEXC. And it's ripping. And I gave you guys this trade. And I told you, watch your gold. Gold's likely going to bounce off the bottom of the trend line. We gave it to you right here. The entry for gold was 34,222. Right now, gold's at 34.58, already up in the trade. I do see it squiggling around and getting sideways, but gold about to make a massive pump to the upside. I see gold booming, and it's going to be somewhere about $4,000 an ounce, it says, by the end of July. All right. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to Rave Song Records. Nick Flip. FLP, my man. John English Tech. Vegas Claw. And everybody out there on the live. Honda Man, my man. And shout out to all my lovers of life and everybody that supports me and keeps me moving in these hard times. I hope I gave enough to everybody that even in these tough times, people will be there with me, and I think I did, man. I've helped so many people. I've given my life away to so many people. You guys give your life back to me. Shout out to the 1,437 people here on the live. It's a big live. People want to know what's happening with this dump. They're freaking out. We talked about oil going up. We talked about gold going up. We got you situated for this whole entire movement. We talked with the macro analysis. You can see me saying it's about to dump. I'm on camera saying it's about to dump. Telling you there's about to be a black swan and to be careful. The only thing up right now is SPX in the last hour, right? So be careful with your altcoins. Watch Bitcoin. We could get a bounce. And I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day. And I'll be back tonight for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you to all the crypto lifers and everybody that made this stream possible. I couldn't have done it without each and every one of you. You know that. And I appreciate everybody. My gratitude goes to every single one of you on earth. Thank you for showing up to the stream. Thank you for being amazing. And thank you for being crypto lifers. God bless you all. See you guys tonight at 8 p.m. Over and out. Stay pocket squared up. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. Dress to impress, man. My friend's here. I met him just a few years ago. And he said, you know what his mother always said? He said, you can never be underdressed. God bless you all. Have a great day. Stay strong. You are the opportunity. Remember that. You can do this.